We started with 3 pigs in our first winter on our land. We were actually renting a geodesic dome home a few minutes away, so this is actually not at our farm because we don't have any buildings. So sort of on a whim, we knew we wanted to get into livestock and probably pigs, but we just had this opportunity to get 3 very good quality, affordable feeder pigs from our friend Drew at Full Bore Farm. And so we just started 3 as a whim. And again, within a couple weeks, I fell in love with pigs. Just in love with pigs. I love livestock chores. I love the rhythm. In this day and age, I feel like we've got all these systems protecting us from the elements, protecting us from hunger, protecting us from anything. And also, I don't feel very needed in society. And just because everyone can get what they need from someone else or some system. Nobody really needs me, but they need me. You know, since they're under my care. I mean, yeah, pigs, I could set them wild and they'd be just fine. But I think that partnership and feeling needed and important and necessary, and them feeling needed and important and necessary to me is something that, like, does that make sense? It sounds pretty loopy for, livestock people know. And so we loved it so much that then that summer we decided to get 10 feeder pigs just to sort of try it out. So this was our first year on pasture. And so what we do is we have, let me get back to my farm map. This way. So this pasture from here back is 40 acres, and that's what my neighbors are using right now. So what we've been doing is we rent this open tillable field, rotate them through this land, and then also rotate them through this tillable field plus the woods surrounding. And that's been working really well. And the long-term idea would be that we'd use the whole farm for multi-species livestock. And I am really proud of this picture because this was an experiment that I started in this rented field. I just put out pretty much every single kind of cover crop seed I could think of, including, so this is, I call it grazing greens, but it's dwarf Essex rape. There were oats, rye, peas, daikon radish, purple top, turnips, let's see, gosh, what else? Chicory, just everything. I just put that out and sort of let it go to see what happens and to see what the pigs really like. But I intentionally let most of it go to seed before I hogged it down. And now we have just free crop of a really, really diverse mix of cover crop plants and pasture plants. Some annuals, a lot of perennials are coming in. And that was great because I figure nature knows more than I do. And so if I just put everything out, if I put the materials out, things will happen when they need to happen. And that's sort of my a lot of things is that the biological systems that are out there are way more intelligent than me. And then so that went great. We fell even more in love with it. We were I have a picture of our system, and so then this past year we did 25 feeder pigs. Wow. And so we're trying to grow really slowly. One of my biggest problems with vegetables is I grew way too fast. I went from less than an acre to like 6 acres and 10 employees at the peak, all in like 3 years. It was way too fast. So we're really trying to grow slowly this year. So this picture is a great overview pretty much of our whole pig system, and you can do this almost anywhere. So this is off the grid, no well, that sort of thing. So big picture, we use this Electronet fencing. Comes in 50-foot pieces or 100-foot pieces from Premier One. And we do have to train them to it when they first get to the farm, but it only takes about a weekend. And so we put that up around. We connect it to a car battery, and we've got an energizer and then a little 3-foot ground rod, and we can move this whole system pretty much wherever we need to. And this year, last year we just fed their feed on the ground, which produced a lot of waste, and it was a lot of work to do. I think we fed out 6,000 pounds of feed, 5-gallon bucket at a time, which was a lot of flavor. And as you know, ever since I had Lyme, my energy has never gone back to what it was, so I have to be very, very cautious of how I use my energy and make sure that I don't overdo it. So we think really carefully about those systems. So this year we invested in 2 of these bulk feeders. You can hold about half a ton at a time safely, and that way they have access to feed all the time. In the back here, we've got the shade hoopie. just cattle panels arched between the lumber at the bottom. We dragged that around for shade. That was just barely enough shade for this many pigs when they're small. Next year we'll have to build at least 2 more. And then for water, so where do I have this? We use these Brower waters that hold about 85 gallons of water. We pull a hay wagon with 2 of those 275-gallon tanks over to our neighbors, and they very, very graciously let us fill up water whenever we need. And it's wonderful. They're just the best neighbors we could have ever asked for. So that's pastured pigs in very much a nutshell. Any questions about the setup?